Hi guys,
Welcome back to another episode of
Soul Cafe Podcast.
I forgot the name. I'm joking. This is Eden and Rakavi. How are you, man?
I'm good. Basically we've spent the last hour sat here trying to start but having good conversations that we should have been having while recording.
We've been,
it's been a while.
No, I'm really mad because we actually had such a good conversation. But it's okay because we're going to just continue.
Yeah,
we'll just pick up where we left off. Today, for this episode, we've decided to talk about trauma response. We were having actually a conversation about this. We've been having a conversation about this.
This has been a long conversation. We're going to talk about trauma that your parents caused for you.
Yeah.
How they started
off. Familial relationships. Sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of trauma, I'd say, from personal experience anyway, I'm sure for
comes
you as
from
well,
your parents.
Comes from your parents. It starts from young. All of that is kind of accumulates from when you're a child, and it sticks with you. You think it's something that just goes away, but no.
And it's funny because every time we've had this conversation, I feel like we've excused it. Like, it's really screwed up.
We always try and make up excuses for the people that hurt us or made us feel a particular way.
And while that, like, understanding other people and having empathy is good, you also sometimes forget that you're a person. Like, when we had this discussion about like a body weight and stuff, we forget. As a person, you forget
where it came from. And it's so crazy because I used to always blame myself for being the way I was or thinking the way that I was.
But you forget your environment.
Yeah, and you know what? I had a friend, like my best friend, like she would always tell me that, like I would always say mean things about myself, and she would always be like, okay, but stop blaming yourself because someone has made you feel like that. And I'd be like, no, what are you talking about? No one's made me feel like that. But she was right. Like, somebody had put that in my head, and she would always tell me that, and I'd be like, no, but you're wrong. She was not wrong. Jasmine, I love you. She's out there. Like, she would tell me, like, just don't say that about yourself because that has come from somewhere. It's come from people at school. Growing up, school kind of messes up people as well with their self-image.
The school
social
system
media,
is broken, like very much so broken.
Family, but yeah, family is definitely a huge.
It's mad because I think part. I like seeing that this generation is more willing to cut off toxic relatives, like whereas beforehand they wouldn't. Like, I can tell you right now, my parents, like my mum's sisters could do anything to her and she'll still value their relationship, and I'm like, I wouldn't. If like say we have brilliant relationships with our younger brothers, but should he do anything that affects like my future kids or something, I would have no hesitations in like letting them go, because it's good for you, it's healthy. Like, you don't choose your family when you come out. You're not like, I want this person, because let me tell you, I would have picked AOC. No,
and the thing is, there's nothing like, people make mistakes, right? All the time. But we're only human, you know. People make mistakes. That's not me excusing. Wait.
No, I know.
But by that I mean, these people who make mistakes and make you feel a particular way, they need to learn to be aware of that too and not make that mistake again, because it's not okay. And a lot of family have that excuse of being your family, so they'll be like, she'll get over it because, you know, she has to, we're family.
Yeah, like,
you know, I've heard that way too many
times.
Respect is
earned, not given.
Exactly.
That's a phrase that you need to live by, because when you're younger, they're like, they're older than you, respect them.
Yeah,
like, we used to get told some screwed up things. I don't know if this was for you, but when I was younger, my parents used to be like, people who hit you and yell at you are people that love you, and then kind people are people that just want you to do bad, they're just pretending. And I'm like, that's a screwed up mindset. And
I actually grew up thinking that for a while.
Exactly.
Like,
if you're naive, you're gonna, like, when you think about relationships in the future, your husband starts being manipulative, rude, and things, like, he just loves me. Like, no, it's so problematic. It's so problematic.
And it's crazy because a lot of people still think like that. Like,
it's
they still
up.
think it's okay.
Not okay.
Like, and it's a genuine belief, like, that if someone hits you, they love you. No.
It's so bad.
No.
And being...
There's no.
And this is another thing, sorry, I'm just waffling now. We talked about this as well, like, when you used to get hurt as a kid, your parent, I don't know if this was the
Yes,
same for you,
no, same
they
thing,
used to
yeah.
yell at you for getting hurt, and you'd cry if you cried, and you just suppress all of that.
Exactly.
Like when I, like, it's dangerous as well. Like now, after that, every time I got hurt, I never went to my parents. I just took my pain and hid away. Like they yell at you for like, did I ask? Do I want to be in pain?
It reminds me of that video that I sent you yesterday. Like, this is us. Like that girl, she got hit by a car, or she she didn't call the ambulance to sort her leg out because she felt bad for you know, being an inconvenience to them. Like, what? Like, this girl, she walked home
clearly made her feel like
leg.
that.
Yeah, and she was laughing about it. But
it's like,
that's trauma, because like that's come from a place where you feel like you can't like ask
your
for
pain
help
is going to inconvenience someone else.
Exactly. Like, do you know how messed up that is? And I sent that to Rakabi, and I was just like, this is something that we would do, but we shouldn't feel like that. We shouldn't feel like we're inconveniencing someone, because
it's easier said
would
than
never
done,
do that to someone.
though. Like
100%.
it's so hard to then like be like, I don't know, how do I explain this? Okay, let's take our friendship for example. We've been friends for a while.
Yeah.
But it's only very recently we've opened up to each other.
Like fully, yeah.
Like we're not, like we were good friends, but it's like, it's the same with other people as well.
Yeah.
When you have
there's
this
levels
relationship,
to friendship.
you find it hard to talk about it.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be. These discussions should be things that they teach you to structure in school. Like, not like, I'm not saying like have these deep conversations with people. I'm just saying they should give you like a way to talk about your pain. They should teach you those things, because I don't need to know. I don't need to know. I've never had to use like sin, cos, tan, and it's been a while. So I'm just thinking.
I can't even remember how to like calculate them. I just remember using the
Google
calculator.
everything now. School is like school. School
ridiculous
doesn't teach you what you need to know. School should teach you about taxes, because the second after you leave school, you're gonna be taxed, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Exactly. Oh, it's okay.
I will bleep this out. I apologize.
Also, what was it? I was gonna say something.
I'm so sorry.
Mental health classes. I feel like they should be. Is it compulsory? The word?
Yeah, they should be
It's
compulsory.
like when they it's so important for someone's mental, like people
to
need to learn about
that it's normal.
mental health. Exactly, need to open up. Okay, let's take you know how we were talking about earlier, we have younger brothers, and we literally, our sibling dynamic is
sugar,
literally the exact same. Like, it's the exact same. We have us,
Miguel,
the eldest
Johnny,
daughter,
we see you.
yeah, we have our youngest brother, and then we have a middle brother as well, and we are both closer to our youngest brothers, you know, and we get along so well. We have like an unexplainable relationship. I can't even talk right now.
So precious.
And it's so precious, and I'm so grateful for it. And we were talking about this yesterday. I was just thinking about it.
To them, like how
we didn't grow up with an older sibling to look up to. The next best thing was our parents, right? Our mum and our dad. And obviously they're human too, they're not perfect, but
we were the guinea pigs.
Exactly. And we are probably the ones that like kind of suffered the most mentally, because we had to like we were the ones that took the blow kind of mentally, because being the first child, you're also their first child who doesn't know how to necessarily parent at that point as well. I'm not trying to cut them slack, I'm just like trying to put it into perspective for every person involved in the situation.
I think sometimes we overvalue our parents. We not overvalue them, but we think of them as like these perfect beings that should make no mistakes. We forget,
and then when they do, it's like oh my god, like
how dare you?
Yeah. And I actually remember like not getting along with my mom for a lot of my teenage life. Like me and my mom's relationship wasn't great, because I actually thought she hated me, like for most of my teenage life. And if she heard it, she'd be like, what are you talking about? But it's the way I saw it, because I don't know if she was giving me tough love, or maybe her delivery and whatever her intentions were just weren't great, and that impacted me. And I grew up being such a people pleaser, because I always felt so looked down upon. Like, I felt like nothing I did was like
good enough.
A-okay. Like, it just genuinely, like, even today I'm overcoming it, but because I didn't get enough praise as a kid for whenever I did something and I got happy and excited for it, I always feel like everything I do has to be perfect and if it's not perfect, I'm gonna be like, it was a failure. Yeah. Like, this is why when I say to you, like, for example, in exams and stuff, if I don't get an A, I feel like
you've not done well enough.
And B is the next best thing, but it's also
for
like
your standards.
For me, it's like not good, because it's like they've always told me to like strive for the best grade, and if you don't have the best grade,
don't bring it to me.
And I see it happening to actually like my cousins and my siblings. Not my siblings, because
but the thing is, that's really nice, because now Johnny knows, and like you have the ability to be like, listen, it's okay not to do perfect every time, as long as you tried. That's literally, genuinely, that's all that matters. Like,
and I see my parents do that now to my brother. Like, they're like, you need to get the best grades, blah blah blah, and then Johnny will come to me and he'll be like, you know, I literally got such a good grade and they didn't even get happy. And I'm like it broke my heart, because I know how it feels. But I was like to him, you know what, you tried your best, you know that.
That's me with Ricky.
And that is enough. Yeah. Trust me when I tell you it's enough for now. Like, you're doing the best you can.
I'm so glad that he has you as a support system. Like, you know, that having that relationship with like your little.
We didn't have that. Like, we didn't have
trust
that.
me. And Raghil's at a point now, I think, because he's a little bit older than Johnny. He's at a point now where he's giving me advice. Like, it's so cute.
Crazy. And it's like, you think, oh, they don't know because I don't care. Small, we've raised them. They're actually really, they have a different perspective. You can't assume. Oh my god, I need to get closer. You can't assume that just because someone is younger than you, they don't understand, know better. Yeah. Trust me, they have access to the internet too. They go to school too. They have a different perspective to the world as well. You need to listen. Keep your ears open, because you might miss something that they have. Yeah, exactly. Like, honestly, keep your ears open, like, at all times. Don't shut your ears to things like that. Exactly. And we're literally trying to protect them so bad. Like, we're just like, I don't want anything bad to happen to you. And we need to, of course, allow them to make their own mistakes.
Makes me so sad that in a few years they're going to be grown up. Genuinely, I want to cry when I think about it. I'm like, that's like so sad. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I do everything with Raghil is bad. Like, I feel like I take him out, we hang out all the time when we're at home. It's mad. Like, this is gonna sound cringe, but I feel like they're low-key our best friends.
They are. I will talk to Johnny about anything. My brother's 12 years old, but he has insight. Like, he's very smart. Like, he's got your intellect, sis. But he does. Like, but he's so smart. Like, it's so weird, like, to say, like, because I don't remember being that smart at that age. I don't remember. And it's good. You know what? I
think it's also good that we're girls and they're boys. Yeah. Because when in the future, when they have relationships, they're gonna be more understanding, more sensitive to another person's feelings because of the way that we have conversations with them.
Exactly. And I think that helps. Exactly.
It helps good human beings.
I'm really excited. I'm really happy. Like, I mean, I'm just, obviously they're not perfect and they're gonna make mistakes, but that's everyone. Like, it is what it is, but we're doing the best we can as well. Why do we sound like mothers?
I'm telling you right now, we raised them. Like, our parents did their bit, but we raised them.
Exactly.
Speaking of, I was just thinking, like, you know, like, so the way that they've been treated compared to us, low-key, like, guys, don't call childline because it's not that deep. We're Asian, we're not British or American to care. I know it's child abuse, but, you know, we've accepted the trauma. Like, I used to get whooped for everything. Like, I remember this one parents meeting. This guy wasn't even my actual uncle. This still makes me so mad. He was just like this roommate that was Asian that was living with us, and you know how Asians are, like, everyone's your uncle. And my mum, because his English was better than my mum's, she took him and me to the parents' evening, and my teacher was like, "Oh, Rakabi's doing okay. She could just work on her handwriting a bit." By the way, okay, this is such a screwed up story that makes me so angry. I know I'm going off topic, but
go ahead.
When I was younger, my handwriting used to be big, and everyone used to yell at me for it. My mum even cut my pinky at one point. It's not like in a deep way. Now it's not deep. I was young.
No. That's. I mean,
we're just gonna brush over it. And then I started writing really small, and everyone then was like, "Your handwriting's too small," and it was like Goldilocks out here.
Yeah.
And I went to the parents' evening, and they were like, "Yeah, Rakabi's doing really well. It's just her handwriting." Oh. I got taken to a park and I got whooped by a little branch, and I was crying so much, like I was screaming because obviously I wasn't paying.
I mean,
and this wasn't even my mum hitting me. That's what makes me even more angry. Like, it wasn't even my mum that was like hitting me at this point. It was some strange dude that I haven't seen.
And that is what's messed up.
And for me, like, right now, I'm normalizing it. I'm like, you know what? Like, it's an Asian thing. I know it's wrong to do so. And I'm like, but this would never happen to Raghil. Like, they would never... Or my other brother, actually. They just stopped. With me, it was like...
Yeah.
You're a trial and error child. You're literally an experiment.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing. I'm glad that they don't get this treatment, that they have us to protect them, because I've taken over Rigil's like school stuff, everything. I won't let my parents steer it. I'm the one that decides what happens, because I'm like, you know what, I've already done this, I know what I'm doing. Back off.
That's good. No, that's good that you're taking. No, that's see, but that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's that kind of stuff that makes that you carry with you for the rest of your life, and you think it's like,
it's normal. But the thing is, right, this is what
normal. But no, but you know,
it's not as easy of like cutting
for
off your
example,
parents and things.
Asian culture, that type of like
whooping your kids.
Yeah, whooping. Okay, there's like so much controversy about whooping. Like,
okay, there's a difference between slapping someone's butt.
Yeah, to teach a lesson.
Then getting out the belt.
There's like a serious, like, it gets to a point where someone may beat their child to the point where they're so like traumatized, like serious, like that. I'd say that's pretty traumatizing.
I can't say no. Like you have this issue as well. I think a little bit, like saying no to people. Like you said, people please.
Yeah.
I couldn't quit my job like a normal person. I had to make up an elaborate lie because I was scared I was gonna be yelled at. Like that's so screwed up.
That is screwed
It's so screwed up.
That is screwed up.
And it's so like sad to think that we can never actually go to our parents with something deep.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you can now.
I thought I could, and I think it still needs time, because I feel like they're learning too, I hope. But
it's not as cutthroat. Like,
I feel like whenever I will try to open up about something, it's kind of shut down or ignored because it's seen as a weakness. Now, they don't mean it negatively, I hope, but it's just the way they've been raised as well. So but I'd say my parents have done, from my experience, they've done better. They are more open, and as of recently, I'd say like everything is, they're learning, because they can see that when I try to open up about something and their reaction, they see how I don't like their reaction, and they see how I feel like I'm going off topic.
No.
They see how perfect. How do I say this? They see they see that I don't like the way that they react, so that will stop me from opening up to them, and they don't want that. They want me to be open.
Yeah.
So they will have to try and fix their reaction to the way I when I say something. And I can see my mum's trying to be a lot more like accepting and opening when it comes to things. And I will expose my parents to the way things are today, like with kids and people my age, because they need to like see it. They need to see that it's not fair. It's not okay. And my mum herself has gone. My mum is actually excellent. Like, I love my mum very much.
I love the relationship you have now. It's so cute.
It's like she yes, she can be difficult, but so can I. And she's human at the end of the day, and I know her story and her background and the way she's grown up, and I see how that's affected her as an individual. But she has done so well to not put that on me. Maybe when I was younger, she did, but when I see it now, I understand more and more and more. And at the end of the day, I'm an adult now, and I make my own decisions, and I dissect everything that I feel that I've seen that's happened to me. Like, do you ever have these moments where you look back at things that happened to you, and you're like, what? Like, that's wrong. Like, why did I think that was okay at the time?
But now you see, like, right now, like the way you're talking about your mum as well, it's like you learn to be more forgiving with them, because you see, like, especially I think with people that aren't originally from this country, they've come here on their ones, they've had no one, and their support system is us now. As the eldest child, you're the support system, you're the one that's supposed to do everything for them, because they don't know how, and it's not their fault. It's because they came here to give you a better life than you would have done back then. But it's like, for me, with my parents, how do I explain this? It's like, I know that my mum personally doesn't have anyone to speak to here, because she doesn't speak the language very well. All her family, all her friends are elsewhere, scattered around the world. They're not here. So when it comes to like issues of her own, I know that she keeps them to herself, and then they come out as like traumatic things to push onto your children, which I know is not okay, but at the same time, it's like, I understand, I get it, you have nothing and no one, and we are all there is. So like, when I argue with my mum, we, like, even though it's bad and there's a lot of trauma behind it, it's like, I can't cut you off because you're like my child now. Exactly. You see them as someone you're teaching to better themselves.
Exactly. No, it's true. it's sad, and I guess you could say it's unfair for them to put that on you, because at the end of the day, you're the child and she's the parent. But it's still like, that's,
you look
know,
at them and you're like,
at the end
oh
of the
my
day,
God.
we're adults who, I'd say we're doing pretty well.
I think we're doing
mentally,
really
and I
well.
feel like
we're constantly trying to grow ourselves, which is a good thing. Like,
and we're understanding of the stuff that has happened to us, and you know, we've confronted it, and
just laugh about it.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, no, but you know,
Trauma.
a lot of people deal with stuff in their own ways, but I don't know. I feel like things are in the past, and even though they've affected you,
the thing is we're excusing it right now. We're making up excuses, but it's trauma.
But then
it's
how
still
else
with
do
us.
we deal with it then?
Okay,
I don't
I'm not
know
saying
how
get
else.
therapy, because I'm pretty sure most therapists have therapists for all the things they get.
I feel like we
But
can heal ourselves, and we need to do that ourselves.
shadow work.
Nobody else.
Eden told
can
me
do
to
that
get
for
into
us.
shadow work. You can explain what that is in a second.
Yeah.
And it's helped a lot. Like, it's so nice
I definitely
to cry
recommend it.
and let it go when you're doing
If you
it.
can't afford a therapist, that is the best thing, the next best thing, like, honestly. If you don't want to talk to anyone, write, confront yourself through writing. Like, it's genuine.
Don't
Like,
even
ask
look at yourself as yourself. Talk about yourself as
Literally,
someone
I've
else.
cried so many times doing it, and it sounds weird and deep and so ridiculous, but it's really not, and I don't care. Like, I don't care because it helps.
When you're putting it
like,
down on the
genuinely
page, it's
helps.
like you're letting it go with the trauma.
Like, I've written letters to people who have hurt me, and I've written an apology letter to myself, to my old self, because I used to literally bully her. Like, I see her as like a different person, but that's because of the stuff, like, she went through stuff at that time. I have healed her now. She's gone. I've deleted her. Like, she's good. She's passed away. She's fine. I'm good. And I can see myself leveling up, like, spiritually. Like, I can't explain it, but
No,
I can feel
I
myself
used to
growing.
Think, like, I think we all used to think that this is our final version of ourselves. But if you look at
Yeah.
yourself from literally last
You're
month
growing every
to
day.
now,
You're growing
you're
every
different.
day.
You're not the same. Like,
It's
things are
crazy.
changing, and it's normal because your environment's changing constantly,
Exactly.
and you're learning things about yourself that you didn't know. And trauma is okay, but work on it. Like, I know it's really hard, and getting down.
You learn
and
from
sitting
it. I know it sounds like bad and sinister because a lot of people have different levels of, like, no trauma is too little. To, like, some people would say, oh yeah, but you've had it worse, so
Don't
let me
compare yourself
excuse
to other
mine.
people.
I did that for a really long time. Like, I still do it now. Like, I say I should be grateful for everything that I have, and I should be grateful. Everyone should be grateful that
But it's
what
also
they have.
okay to, like, see the bad in it.
Exactly.
Like, you know, let yourself
Yeah, stuff happens, man. This life is a bit
very screwed up.
yeah, but at the end of the day, you just need to learn how to carry yourself, because I hate to say it, but no one is going to do it for you. Like, it sounds harsh, and if you have someone to do it for you, I mean, great, but at the end of the day, you have you wake up with yourself and you go to sleep with yourself. You need to sort yourself out.
Used to say?
Huh?
It's that thing that RuPaul used to say, like, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell do you expect anyone else to?
Yeah,
Like, something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. But that's like, that's good, and I've actually seen that phrase going around, and people are like, yeah, exactly. But there's also like,
Oh,
people
but
who are
like, people
opposed
can
to
still
it.
love you.
Yeah,
Like,
people
I'm
can
not
still
saying
love
people
you.
can't love you, but when you don't love yourself, when someone starts giving you compliments, like, say your significant other, they're
Yeah.
like, you're pretty, you're not gonna believe them. You're gonna
Exactly.
internalize that, and you're gonna be like,
Exactly.
they're lying to me to make me feel better.
Exactly.
And that's screwed up. You know,
I
like,
did that. I still think that sometimes when people say like I look nice, I'm like, just stop. You're just saying that because, oh my god, literally this happened to me the other day. Someone said I look nice, and I was just like, do I look bad?
you didn't.
I
Like,
said, but because I thought that this is how the thought process went. Oh my god, did you see what happened to me? My thought process was this. She was like, you look really nice, and I was like, wait, does that mean I don't look nice? Is that what she's saying, that I look nice because I don't look nice?
she wants to compliment.
She wants to compliment. Yeah, exactly. Like, she's trying to make me feel better when I actually don't look good. Like, that was how this is. Like, it was so bad, and I was thinking.
But it's
I
that
literally looked at my
trauma
reflection
that
in the car
stops
window,
you.
and I was like,
No.
Eden, shut your mouth.
That's the trauma
You
that
look good.
stops you accepting, like, you know, even other people's compliments. It's
I'm
mad.
working on that too. Like,
It's mad.
I would always turn it back on someone. I'd be like, no, you look good.
We love our
No,
parents,
you
but they
look
really
good.
screwed us up.
Yeah.
Not even our parents though, like our relatives. Like, if I think about, like, I can say this openly, like, my mum's side of the family, except like my one aunt, you know who you are. The rest of you are trash. Like, you seriously put so many, like, no, seriously. And if you do this to the rest of the kids, I hope if there is such a thing as hell, that you end up there, because you lot are bad people. Like, can I just say, in every community, not even just the Asian ones, misogyny is overrated. Stop putting your boys above your girls, because we're the same. There is no, this is better. No. Stop it. Like, legit, stop it. I'm actually going to slap all of you. It's not okay.
A lot of women, older women, like our aunties, for example, like, they have like internalized misogyny. It's like men, talking through them, and it's like, it's scary. But I'm glad that we don't have that, and I'm glad we're aware of it, and we won't pass that down to our children. We've learned from those mistakes, but we can't. At the end of the day,
they're the ones missing out. Let me just say this: I can understand our parents' trauma, and I'm pretty sure they have their own, like, distant relatives or other relatives. But I'm not your child. It's not my responsibility, nor is it my burden to carry your trauma. Like, my parents, I can understand. They raised me, they fed me,
but other people get involved.
Like,
who are you?
You've not done a single thing for me in my life. You've never even taken me to the park.
I'm sorry, it's laughable because it's like, do they not have any friends? Like,
trust me, you're missing out.
Do you have a job?
We're low-key calling our own family.
What, do you have a job?
Like, get lost,
like,
man.
honestly, work on yourself.
You're not even a good human being.
Like, what are you doing? See, but these are hurt people, man. What can I say?
Hurt people, but hurt people are not going to be in our future children's life. Like, our successes.
Me, I'm leaving this country.
Trust me, you can push your trauma on as many people as you want, but the more you don't fix yourself, the more you're going to hurt other people, and those people are just going to cut you off. It's coming to that point where we're all growing in a spiritual way, where we understand the importance of self above others. So stop it, because you're going to lose more people than you'll ever gain anything from hurting others.
And a lot of people will listen to this, like them, and be like, they have no idea what they're
They don't have
about.
respect.
There's no intelligence. Go to school, get some education. No.
Sis, we have better.
We're just aware, and it is what it is. You want to think like that? Fine. You don't want to listen? Fine. I'm gonna work on me. You do you.
Because at the end of the day, when you're coming back as a little beetle, I'm the one that's gonna crush you under my foot.
Whoops.
But, like, for real though, guys, honestly, don't value these
aside.
people. Your parents are something different. Your parents' relationship.
Think about it like this: one day you're gonna leave them. You're gonna have your own life,
and you're the one that gets to decide at the end of the day if they get to stay in your life or not.
Exactly.
Whoever it may be, you're the one ultimately. And value yourself. When you start looking at yourself as a human being and not this thing that's supposed to be perfect, you start having a happy. I'm telling you right now, like, I feel a lot, like, I'm not there fully. I feel like it's the same for you.
Same with me.
But you're a lot happier.
Like this year has been a bit shambolic, but also great at the same time. Like, we're growing all the time, but I've never been so aware of growth in my life. Like, I'm aware of it. Like, I can see it mentally. Like, you wake up, and I could just see, like, the way you respond to different situations. You see the difference to how you used to respond to how you do now. But it's better, it's improved. Definitely. You know what I mean? You're protecting yourself. Like, you're protecting your mental health, your sanity. Like, you're just, you said it the other day, like, you were like, confidence is really attractive. And I was like, it is attractive.
When confident people do something, you can see the radiance that comes from it. It's like this glow that they have about them, and it's so beautiful. And I aspire to... Do you know who I want to be like? Bretman Rock. He is confident, he's happy,
he's living
his best life.
Every time it comes up on my For You page, I'm thinking, let me go buy a plane ticket real quick. Rakibi, please, let's go to Hawaii, please. Bro, I just showed you where we're going. We're going everywhere, I don't care. Travels. So yeah, guys, boost this YouTube channel because we want some money.
But also heal yourself.
Please. For the experience. Please. Anyways, I think that's enough for today.
We waffled too much. The trauma's there.
At the end of the day, guys, be careful. We love you. Make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you.
If you have any trauma,
episode.
like day-to-day trauma, also comment it, because I want to know. Like,
comment your experiences, even if they're deep. It's a safe place, okay?
Honestly. We just beat it ourselves.
Clearly, we just... Exactly.
You best believe this is going in an Asian little group chat and an Albanian group chat.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Alright. Have a good week.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.